So, if you could go back in time, and if you can change one thing about youth,
One thing about
what would it
youth.
be? That's just
Not
one thing.
about us, but youth.
Yeah, at that point of time, like when you look back throughout this 4 to 5 years, when you just go back to youth, like if you want to change one thing, what would it be?
Tell Raymond to count properly during youth conventions.
Feel the mountains tremble. That for me is the memorable moment. What? Stop it! Yeah. Okay. Besides that, like for real, if you could change one
For
thing,
real.
yeah, for real.
You can go first. Let me think.
About I wouldn't really say I would change anything about youth at that time. I think at that time youth was like perfectly fine the way it was.
Perfectly fine. Not perfect lah, but perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
it was good.
Yeah, perfectly fine for me at least.
Yeah, but it still got flaws. Still got
it still had its flaws.
Okay,
no doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, it still had flaws. Yeah, definitely. But I would change my mindset. I would change me in a way. Not really youth, but I kind of wish that I went to youth a bit earlier to
because you miss up the golden era, the golden time that year.
I guess
right?
so. I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. So, I would say that maybe if I could go back in time, or if I had the chance, I would definitely like try to be involved in church, more, not just youth, but in church more as a whole, general. Of course that includes youth, and basically. Being able to attend youth more and being able to learn more spiritually. I think that would be one thing that I really wish that I could do if I could go back in time.
What about you, No?
I wouldn't change anything, because if I were to change something,
then you will not be who you are today.
then I won't be who I am today.
So it's through those experiences that that what shapes you and what makes you today.
What shaped me and to be who I am today.
Right.
So I wouldn't really change anything. Even my mindset, I wouldn't, or anything. Even Raymond's counting, I wouldn't change. If not, we wouldn't have this laugh today. So
I guess we all have that one worship moments where we would just stick with us, where we messed up so horribly.
No, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah. So thinking back about Trinity Youth, like how has it helped you spiritually?
It's prepared me
for what?
Better
For what?
for let's say when we leave, because we're pretty much going to go anytime soon.
Going to where?
Going to study.
Mentioning like going to where? Like
Back to
go
Abba
to
Father.
go to war. Go to where? All right. Yeah.
In a way, it is a war. It is a spiritual war.
Okay,
when
put
we
it that
leave.
way. Okay.
It's like that. When we leave, so when we leave, Kuching, it's like leaving your home base, because this is where you can come in and recharge. Because when you have church, it's like a recharge. It's a refreshener.
Yeah, it's like a refreshing moment.
Yeah, refreshing moment every week. So when you leave here, that's gone. Yes, sure, you can find a church at the other place. But it's different.
It's those memories, those times that you spend so much in church, where you stay for practices, where you go through with one another. It's those moments that help you, right?
Yeah. So when you leave, if you don't have that right foundation, you're just gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
And eventually, when you come back, or if you come back, you're not gonna have that same foundation anymore.
So basically what you're saying that is Trinity Youth has helped you to build
that foundation.
That faith foundation.
Yeah,
for
that
you.
faith foundation.
That faith foundation is that relationship with Christ, is it?
Yes, correct.
All right. What about you, Dean?
I guess youth, it's more of like youth attributes in a way, meaning that like I remember we always went for like the, what do you call those, seminar? The one where like, Pastor Peter
Sukahira. Yeah.
And like those kind of
let's say talks, seminars, conferences.
Conferences. That's the word.
Conferences.
And those kind of times that I learned a lot about
Bible,
personal spiritual development.
So in a way, in seminary, this is what we say, it's called Christian spirituality. In a way, something.
I guess
it's that term. Yeah.
So it was those times that really taught me that you shouldn't rely on church. You shouldn't rely on even youth to build your faith, to develop your I would say conviction, but it doesn't really sound right. So I would just say belief and faith, and to really just rely on yourself in a way that you have to be very proactive. You have to be very disciplined in reading your scriptures. You have to pray. Praying is not something people tell you. Praying is you wanting to talk to God, right?
Correct.
And you wanting to hear from God. So I feel like sometimes church, we kind of fail to convey that message. So attending those talks, it just taught me, Christian life is not just about attending church. It's not, even if you attend church, but if you don't have the heart to attend church, there's no use. You might as well just go home and sleep, right?
Right.
Correct.
So it's about life, is it? So it's every day, not just on Sundays, but it's from Monday to Saturday too.
It's kind of like how God is like omnipresence, and so we should also be like aware of Him, like He's in our life every day, everywhere we go. And you don't just go to church. Oh, hey God, you don't just you don't see God in church, right? You see God everywhere, and God sees you everywhere you go. So So
right. So that's how you guys spiritually, how Trinity Youth help you spiritually. So talking about spiritually, do you have a spiritual mentor from youth, and how does he or she impacted your life?
Alright, I'll go first, I guess. I have spiritual mentors. With an S.
S.
So I have multiple. Major ones being you, Raymond, and Seamus, Sim, Elijah. Do I have to say like what impacted?
It's up to you. Like how, what do you learn from them? And
okay. Okay, I remember just now I said about how he invited me to Alpha. So that's like a very funny story I'd like to share. So actually before he invited me, there were actually two other people that asked me to join youth. And both times I was just like, those times where people ask you to go somewhere, you're like, oh, okay, I'll see if I can make it. But when you go home, you completely forgot about it. So that happened twice before he kind of asked me. And one of the time being Seamus. Seamus from also from our youth. He's
an ex-youth. He's now in UK.
He's in the UK now.
So I talked about how Raymond helped me, so I just explain how Seamus. So Seamus is he helped me to also understand that this is your walk with God. This is not other people's walk with you. Is your walk with God. You're not helping other people to get you have to know God. I mean, of course, God calls us to go and make disciples, right?
Yes, correct.
Go and make disciples. Matthew 28.
But you can't make disciples if you're not a disciple yourself, right? So in a way, that's like very hypocritic. In a way lah.
Okay.
Like if you're not a disciple and you go make disciple.
You're basically making
So Seamus, he's a big mentor to me, and because we always had prayer meeting at his house. We always go to his house and then we have prayer meeting there, and he taught me a lot about basically not just about Christianity, but also your own personal development,
personal walk with Christ, and
not just that, but your own
or even like other aspects, physical, mentally,
and like your like boys, what we struggle. You know what I'm talking about, like, right?
Yeah.
And about that too. He helped me about and
temptations.
Temptations and all. And he taught me a lot, and that I'm just really thankful to Seamus, to you.
Yeah. I'm thankful for you too.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have anyone?
Spiritual mentor. Not like really a mentor, but people who really help me spiritually is like you, Lo, once again. You, Seamus as well. You guys are always there to remind us that how important that spiritual life is. It's not just in youth, it's not just in church. Like he said, it's every day. Like, you guys are there to remind us that it's every day, because it's the way you guys live. It's that how you guys impacted me too. It's not like you purposely go telling me to don't forget to pray, don't forget your Bible study. It's the way you live. It just impacts me, impacts us. So I guess that's, you guys are my biggest spiritual mentors in a way.
Like, you guys, you imagine that our mentors would be maybe pastors, maybe. But no, you don't. This guy. This guy you see every week.
So can you recall anything that we said, like me, Seamus, Elijah, that really motivated you? Said or anything,
Say grace.
Say grace.
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 After every meal, say grace. Before every meal, say grace. Say grace.
Grace.
Yeah, and then after time, it just became a habit, and
So before that, you guys never say grace. Huh?
I never even knew it existed. Actually,
no, I knew grace existed.
But it's just because it's not habit.
Especially when you go out, like alone with your friends. You don't say grace. Like, sometimes, like, even now, sometimes when we go out with our friends, we just forget to say grace. Not like we forget, but
we're just too hungry, and then I just want to eat.
And you with your friends, so you don't naturally click to say grace. But it's those little things that at the back of our head that just reappears to remind us that it's important.
Well, talking about spiritual mentors, well, you guys also help me sometimes to remind me that we should be there for one another, that fellowship, that discipleship.
Yes.
Well, I'm just grateful for both of you, even for this past few years, even on my seminary journey. Even when you journey together, you guys we've been through a lot.
Yes, we have.
Little bits, all the goods, all the bads, especially our Cebu trips. Just sort
nothing
of
happened.
Our barbecues,
barbecues.
But I'm just grateful for both of you lah. Okay. This one question. Do you believe that Trinity Youth has actually impacted your life? Like, really, really impacted your life?
No doubt, 100%. Yes, it has. It's definitely impacted my life.
How in a way that it's impacted you? Like, I know you guys shared that it helps you spiritually, but like walking down 20 years later, like looking back at this time in youth, like how did it impact you? How would you tell your children, how you would tell your grandkids, like the people around you, how Trinity Youth has really impacted you?
It's helped me to mature as a leader.
Right.
It's not necessarily how it impacted me today. Like, as a leader, because like I said, I had the expectations on me. I had the pressure. It just helped me to handle it a bit better. Because when I just had that pressure, I had that expectation, I just go into my room and just explode and just yell into the pillow or something, because pretty much I had no one to talk to because we weren't this close back then. So I just I had no way to get it out. So with youth, it's impacted me to handle daily life stress better, because youth does not just help you grow spiritually. It's not just there for your spiritual life, or it's there to help you everyday life. Like, that's it. Like, that's the biggest impact. That's not all, but that's the clearest impact that it had on me, to handle that peer pressure from everybody. Yeah, that's the biggest.
So it's kind of like a bridge for you to go into adulthood, lah.
Yes,
Right.
like to help lead in other things, like, cause when you go out there, cause people, sometimes it's different out there, because people have even higher expectations, even bigger pressures. Like, if you're doing, let's say you're working out there, right? Then you have this huge project coming up, and you're the selected leader. If you mess up, you lose billions of money. Then imagine that pressure on you. So I think, in a way, it has prepared me to handle pressure and not just explode. And it also taught me that sometimes you just have to talk to somebody, and instead of exploding in your own room, or breaking guitar strings and drumsticks.
Yeah. So how's the pillow holding up?
It's doing well.
How about you, Dean?
There's actually a number of aspects where youth has impacted my life, I would say. One being where I guess growing up, I never really had that limitation of in terms of communicating with people. I never really had the limitation of what I could say, because I guess my parents because most of the time we just talk in school and hang out with friends. So like it's a bit hard in general for parents to kind of take care of their child in that way, like they can't really always monitor, so of course, growing up in that kind of environment, you would like expect a child to maybe swear, curse and all. So going to youth, I guess it made me realize that I forgot. I'm trying to recall the verse. It's something about speaking, like your mouth is for something and like you shouldn't swear or something like that. This is the verse.
From what I can recall is, I think it's from James, like your tongue is the evil,
something like that.
Your tongue is the most evil body part, so you need to be in control of your tongue.
Because
word hurts, and he has power, right? He has power to destroy, he has power to hurt people, and the things that you say, it might be with someone forever for their lives. So that's what you're trying to say.
That I learned that verse, and then I heard that verse, and then it made me realize that this is my body, I should have control over it.
Self-control.
I should be able to control what I say, and so that helped me to kind of give up swearing. So like I remember it was very hard. It was a very hard time where I had to completely cut off any swear words, even the normal one, like I wouldn't say it now, but the G word, OMG, even like those words I also cut off. And in a way, it helped me to really filter what I could say, and it made me control what I can say to others. So that I won't maybe curse or swear, whatever, and then I was gonna say another thing. I kind of forgot.
Just to add on, because Dean did that, he started swearing less. At that time, I was a separate class from him. I was in a class where there was pretty much only one or two Chinese classmates, and the rest were Burmese. So swearing was the most common word you probably hear in class. You probably hear swearing from that corner. You probably hear swearing from that corner.
This one.
The F word from the back. The S word from the back as well. So when we became classmates in Form 4, I was still swearing, no doubt. At Form 4, I was still swearing, even though I built up spiritually, but
it just
Habit.
comes out
It's a habit.
naturally.
it became
like a
it's
habit.
Yeah.
It just came out. So remember how I said youth helped me build and choose friends for me? Dean came into my life at the right time. Like he by having Dean there, it just changed because I see since Form 4 I've seen Dean 24/7 pretty much.
Yeah.
Monday
So
to
basically,
Friday,
Monday to Friday, Saturday
Sunday.
is you.
Yeah. So by having Dean there, it just taught me it helped me wiggle out of that bad habit of swearing, really. And the temptation it is still there to swear, but it definitely helps.
So in a way, you can also say that these are the things that Trinity Youth have prepared you for the future.
I would add on more, but
Sure.
sure.
Yeah, just add on. We have time.
Yeah. I would say that maybe another thing that helped me, youth in general, is that because from which year was it? The president ICF.
Form 4.
From 4, right? From 4, from 5.
Form
right?
4, Form 5. 2 years.
Was it?
No, it was only Form 5.
Yeah.
Form 5, yeah.
Form 5, you were president of ICF.
So I guess maybe when I was from 3, I was a committee in youth, right?
Yeah.
So that helped me to build up us. I won't say much, but there were some leadership skills there. And then that really helped me to lead, because I was the president for my school ICF. And if you guys don't know what ICF is, it basically means Inter-School Christian Fellowship. Yeah,
it's kind of like a youth, but
in school.
In school.
Yeah, it's youth, but in school. Yeah, basically that.
And you get co-curriculum marks for it.
Sure, I mean,
I guess that's not the main point, right?
Yeah,
No, that's not the main point, no doubt. That's
for him maybe, but for me, like it was a very I was very blessed to be able to lead as a president in my school ICF. But I guess that is where the stress really comes in, like I really get what he felt, but for me it was a bit different, because being a president in youth, you kind of everybody kind of grows at the same
level,
rate, or you kind of whereas if you're a president or if you're leading in general in school, like what he said, as word here, as word there, you never really know how spiritually mature a person is. You can never really tell, especially in like a school scenario. So it was very, very stressful for me at that time of leading, where even my own committees, they didn't really put God first, and they never put into the work of and know how it's just an honor being a committee. What I want to say about president, right? But being a committee and being able to kind of impact people in school and bring God to school, because we go to Batu Lintang, which is a government school. So and so what you've taught me is that, again, in the end of the day, it's really you and God, and it's what God wants you to do. It's God's will in your life. It's not your will in school. It's what God wants you to do in school. So I guess at that time it really did prepare me. It did prepare me, but I wasn't necessarily dealing with it well. But it did prepare me spiritually and mentally to deal with the stress of leading, to deal with the possibility of people who do not even know who God is. It's just amazing. It's just amazing how God can just use those little, even though it's like ICF is 1 hour, half an hour sometimes, 1.5 hours. But like I just find it very amazing how God can use that to plant seeds in people. Because in a way, at least I don't know what God really wants. I just know what God wants me to do. That's it, right? Yes. And youth did prepare me in that sense for
Okay, so you're both leaving for school, right? Uni and stuff like that, college.
Yeah.
So, yes or no? Are you ready, and why?
Spiritually, yes, ready.
Okay.
Like, I have built a firm foundation that I know that I can be stronger outside. Whereas, like, sometimes you have one of those days where you just let your guard down, and I know the moment you let your guard down, the evil spirit knows how to attack. They know when to attack. So I know to not let your guard down, because even in like back in Batu Lintang, there are those days where I let my guard down. It just ruined my day. It just ruins my day because you just let all the bad things happen. Like, you start swearing, you start being angry at certain things or certain person.
Yeah.
It's those days that the evil spirit knows to attack. But I think, yes, I am ready because I know we've learned many lessons. We have many experiences that I know some people don't get to experience this. But yeah, spiritually ready, but physically no, I haven't packed. I haven't packed. Yeah. Have you packed?
Have you packed?
And you're
I
leaving.
mean, you're leaving like very soon, right?
You're leaving
Yeah,
in
I'm
a
leaving
couple
on
of
the
days. Have you packed?
23rd. Well, to kind of sum up the question, this was supposed to be my luggage. So
Classic.
okay, for me, I guess spiritually it's really hard to say.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard because there's no way I can know if I'm ready or not.
Until you're out there.
Until I
Yeah,
really
that's true as well.
Yeah.
I can say I can like now I can say every day Bible, pray, devotion, Bible, every week, try to attend youth maybe or find a church there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started on finding a church there. That's also another big.
Yeah. That's
And when we're over there, it's like much harder to.
yeah. I guess for you it's harder to find because you're very far from the city, right?
Yeah, I'm very far from the city.
But you should be fine because you're in the
But-
UK.
And we're
I
not
guess
allowed to
it's-
go out for my part.
So
it's
maybe
probably
you
just
need to prepare
online.
more over there and that side. Yeah. What about at least you can still attend online church, so that's fine.
If they don't have anything on a Sunday.
Yeah. So what about
For me, it's a bit different for me because I'm going overseas. Right? I'm going to Glasgow.
culture?
Cultural
and cultural different time zone differences.
Don't get me started on
It's
that.
we are 7 hours faster here, I think.
Yeah, we're 7 hours ahead.
Sorry, 8 now because of the daylight saving everything.
Oh yeah, you need to. So you better chow the time properly. If
Yeah,
not, your assignment is 5 o'clock. Then you see it.
it's so like I would say I'm not really ready yet. Or at least I know that okay, I will be able to definitely what's that word? Adapt there. But I really do not know how I can prepare myself and how I'll deal with the differences of I it's so different there in a way, and I don't even know if they have like youth there and stuff like that. So but in terms of packing, I guess I do have I have packed like my winter jackets and because it's winter there, right? So, that's another thing that's different. It's gonna be like very, very cold. Yeah, it's gonna be snowing and but I'm excited for it.
Cool.
And I think that's very it's very important, Yeah.
All right. So okay, we're about done. So do you have anything to say to the youths who are about to join you, or those that are already in youth? Like, do you have anything to tell them, like what to take note of, or anything that you want to just tell them to? Just what you want to say to them.
Oh, agree. I guess I would say that do not take you for granted. because it's literally in the name. It's your youth. You're gonna grow up in this atmosphere. You're gonna grow up in this kind of atmosphere, and that you have to really preserve this time, because when you grow up and when you get into I'd say post-secondary, you won't be able to there's no more really this kind of fellowship for you, where it really does focuses on your foundation, or the foundation of your faith. And so I would say for those who are in youth, take this as a time where you start to learn. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because if you're experiencing this, definitely there's other people that are experiencing what you're experiencing. So feel free to just reach out to your leaders, reach out to your advisors, because they are there to help. They're not just there to monitor you, they're actually there to help you. They're not necessarily like CCTVs. They're not just there to look at you. They're actually there to talk to you. They're there to help you to learn, help you to grow as a person, as a Christian. And I also speak for those who are contemplating to join youth. I would say that youth is really a place where you can go to, and it's where you can find yourself. I would say it's where you can really grow up, where you can find yourself. It's where you can make friends, and maybe not even that. You can even go to youth and learn new things. For me personally, I learned how to play drums, piano, guitar, a bit of bass from youth. Yeah, a bit of bass. And so youth, it doesn't really just teach us. People think that, you go to youth and you're just going to study Bible. But youth is more than that. Youth is where you really learn about life, learn about friends, and about people. Yeah. So, do join youth wherever you are, whatever church. I believe that God has a will in everyone's life. Yeah.
All right.
I don't think I could have said it any better. that was really good.
No, we're not competition here. Just speak for
that
God.
was really good. Really don't take it for granted. It's so simple. Even though you may find it hard to attend every week, try to clear your schedule. Make sure you come to youth every week, because it's the little things, those little experiences, no matter it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's so worth it, because you're not just learning the word of God. Yes, you are. That's what youth is built around, the word of God. But and also it's not just that, it's like it's that fellowship that helps to build you as a person. And if you get let's say you're in a committee, right? Let's say you get voted into a committee, don't be scared to talk to another person about it. If you feel like you really can't do it, just talk to somebody, to your advisors, see what they can do about it. Because these are things that help you to learn communication, like how you're going to talk to your future boss, let's say. Or if you become a boss, and then how you can talk to your to your workers, It's like that. So really don't take youth for granted, because it's those little life experiences that you learn.
All right. So that's both for youth. Now, do you have anything to say to our viewers, our listeners who are tuning into this podcast? Like, do you have anything to say to them?
If you have kids, send them to youth. If you have kids who are 13 and above, or even if 12, just maybe not too young.
Maybe the second half of the year they can join, right?
Yeah, second half of 12.
Yeah.
Just not 10. Just not at
10.
Or you can be like him. You can just be a drummer,
Just throw them into the deep ocean and ask them to swim.
Let them swim.
Okay, maybe a little bit about what does it mean to be thrown into the deep ocean. So basically, three of us, we have this experience where, like for instance, Noel is sent to play drums.
Yeah.
Like for me, is to send to sing in a worship team. Which I've never been before, and then for Dean probably is playing guitar
and leading also.
And leading too. So probably like throwing into the deep ocean is like we gotta explore ourselves. No one taught us, but we need to learn ourselves. And then surviving, which we thank God that we survived.
Yes.
Yeah, luckily we're here.
We're here today to
We're
share.
here to share our experiences.
Yeah. So anything you want to share to them besides telling them to join you? Ask them.
I guess I do hope that whoever that's watching this, maybe I sincerely hope that our testimonies may answer some of your questions, and our testimonies may have impacted or changed your mind about what Christianity is and what going to youth is. And at least for me, I don't know about you, but I sincerely hope that my testimony is able to, or God can use my testimony to reach out to more people, so that maybe you can relate to what I've been through. Maybe you can relate to what Stephen or Raymond has been through. We will not get into that. So I hope that this can be a kind of motivation for you, wherever you are. Maybe you're not even a youth. Maybe you're just contemplating about Christianity in general, or going to church in general. Yeah. So I hope that based on our testimonies, we can give you some in a way motivation and some I would say awakening or reflection about what you did, what you might need to do, and what you're going to do. And that's about it.
To all of you out there, if you're listening to this, then I guess that's awesome. Thank you very much for listening. If you're thinking of joining a ministry, this is not just about youth, by the way. This is like us trying to talk. Just, we came in to talk. Just about overall. Even though, this is the podcast. But join a ministry, really. Join a ministry. If you have a music background, join the worship team. If you have tech background, always you can just join the AV team. You can always talk to people like Auntie Anne, Uncle David. It's never wrong to join a ministry, because from ministries you really learn new things. Because let's say I didn't join the worship ministry, I would just be a drummer that's sitting in church. I wouldn't be able to learn how to use this skill to worship God. Yes, sure, I may worship God as an audience, but I think being in a ministry is really about being a vessel to bless others as well. So you're not, sure, you have that big commitment, but remember, you're not doing it for you. You're doing it for other people. You're doing it for God. You're using that ministry to please God, to bring others towards God. That's what I would like to share to our viewers and listeners.
Right. Okay. So, thank you, Dean and Noel, for joining us today for our Trinity podcast. So this is the first, and there will be more. This is not going to be the last, but there will be more.
Come on.
Yeah, tune in next time to enjoy our Trinity podcast number 2, and we have other more topics to enjoy. So this is a new ministry, and this is a new platform for us to share more about our faith, our experiences, and stories that is within Trinity Methodist Church. So tune in more and continue to pray for this new ministry. Continue to pray for this podcast, so that it will not just reach out to our members, but also members and probably non-believers too outside of our church. So thank you to both of you, and thank you for the team that is here, Eunice and Lionel, that's helping behind the scenes. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tune in and listen to more. We have Sunday sermons too that you can tune in. And God bless everyone. Join us.
Join the youth.
Oh yeah, and join the youth too.
Good to see you.
Yeah, we're gonna see you.
We'll be watching.
All right, see you. Let's say bye.
Bye.
God bless everyone.
God bless you.
Okay.